Good morning. The title of my talk is Prompting AI, Questions, Queries, and Commands. And the idea at its center is that the languages or symbol systems that people need to use media platforms, social media platforms, and to chat with AI shape not only our interfaces with technology, but our face-to-face human communication and eventually our thought processes. The evolution of digital communication has given rise to distinct languages across various social media platforms. On Twitter or X, for instance, the now 280 character limit has fostered a culture of brevity and conciseness. Users have adapted by developing shorthand expressions, acronyms, and creative use of punctuation to convey complex ideas within these constraints. The hashtag emerged as a powerful tool for categorization and virality, allowing users to join conversations and movements with a single click. It has transcended its original function to become a cultural touchstone, often used ironically or for emphasis, even in spoken language. As a visually oriented platform, Instagram has cultivated its own unique vernacular with carefully curated images and short captions. And the extensive use of text messages on WhatsApp has popularized certain linguistic trends, such as the use of ellipses for dramatic effect.
Take a regular-looking text message and make it the most ominous statement ever written ever. Like, what does this mean? I was having a good day until you text me this. Now I feel like there's a sniper somewhere with their crosshairs on me. Is this going to be the last good day I ever have? Is everyone dead and or dying? Like, this is the most passive-aggressive thing I've ever seen. Like, this makes me think you're suggesting that I don't check up on you. Are you on your deathbed? Is this the last time you're going to tell me I love you? Yeah, what? Yeah, but you want to talk about that one thing I did in 6th grade that made you mad? Are you still mad about it? Sure by itself is horrible. Drawers and ellipses? Instant panic! Clearly you hate me.
Across these platforms, emojis have become a universal language of their own that significantly influences emotional communication, social attributions, and information processing. They serve as a bridge between text-based communication and the nuanced emotional cues we rely on in face-to-face interactions. The choice and placement of emojis can completely alter the tone and interpretation of a message, adding layers of meaning that words alone might not convey. I call all of these vernaculars to distinguish them from coding languages. The comparison between the coding languages of programmers and the vernaculars of internet users can be seen as parallel to the difference between historical written languages such as Latin and the mother tongues of readers. Just as these ancient languages were the preserve of scholars and religious leaders, modern programming language such as HTML, JavaScript, and Python serve as the specialized languages of developers, and they are the foundation of web development and internet functionality. These languages are not spoken or understood by the average internet user, yet they are essential in creating our daily digital experiences. These coding languages are the hidden scaffolding that supports our online world, understood by a relatively select group of digital scribes who translate user needs into functional web applications and platforms. In contrast, the language of internet users has evolved into its own unique form of communication. At their basis, these vernaculars are the mother tongues of users around the world, but they also include universal elements such as the use of emojis, hashtags, and platform-specific jargon that has become second nature to all of us, and especially millennials and Gen Zers. Generation Alpha are still using emojis, but very differently. Rather than the face with tears of joy, they are using the dead or skull emoji to convey laughter, as in I'm dead. These are all the living, breathing languages of online culture. Coding languages and user languages each play a distinct role in shaping how we communicate and interact with technology and with each other face to face as well. They spill into our daily interactions. Hashtags have moved away from tagging in social media posts and into conversation. From a tool for categorizing content on Instagram and Twitter, they have transcended digital platforms and changed daily conversations. Oral hashtags are used as a kind of hey, like a topic changer or starter, sort of how the word so started, as a logical connector between two clauses, but now can also indicate a topic shift at the beginning of an utterance. Used orally, hashtags can also be understood as indicating a kind of second channel. For example, I have heard young people say, hashtag I'm cold, get me a blanket. Here, the hashtag phrase is the context in which the non-hashtag phrase is to be interpreted. They are also a way to undermine what we say. When we complain about something petty and add hashtag first world problems, it shows we know our own complaints are ridiculous.
Hey, Justin, what's up?
Not much to me. Hashtag chilling. What's up, dude?
Been busy working. Hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag is it Friday yet?
Hey, check out. I brought you some cookies. Hashtag homemade. Hashtag oatmeal raisin. Hashtag show me the cookie.
Sweet. Hashtag don't mind if I don't. Pretty good. Hashtag getting my cookie on. Hashtag I'm the real cookie monster. Hashtag no.
Delicious, right? Hashtag I'll give you an old full of cookie. Hashtag LOL.
Emojis, like hashtags, have transcended their digital origins and influenced face-to-face communication in various social settings. People often mimic emoji expressions or gestures in face-to-face interactions to convey emotions or reactions. They make a heart shape with their hands to represent the heart emoji, or use exaggerated facial expressions to mimic emojis like a surprised face, or stick out their tongue and wink to mimic that emoji when joking around. Emojis have also become cultural symbols that people reference in conversation. You can hear people say, for example, that was a total facepalm moment, to express embarrassment or frustration, or what a mind-blown moment, to express surprise or amazement. In his book, Program or Be Programmed, almost 15 years ago, Douglas Rushkoff called for individuals to choose between programming technology or being programmed by it. He argued that understanding and engaging with the programming and biases of digital technologies is essential to maintaining human agency and control over our lives. He emphasized that digital technology is inherently biased towards those who can write code, and without this understanding, people risk becoming passive users subject to the control of those who do program. Indeed, there was an understanding that coding was becoming an important skill, and schools began offering courses as part of the curriculum. It was understood that knowing the vernacular was not enough, and that people should be versed in the language of coding, as it provided many benefits for students, such as improvement of their problem-solving skills, logical reasoning, and promotion of critical thinking, through consciousness of the biases of the technologies they use and active participation in shaping how these technologies are deployed. However, with the global release of ChatGPT and the growing adoption of AI platforms and large language models driven by natural language processing, coding may become less essential, and prompting could emerge as the new standard language. Prompting occupies a unique position as a bridge between the specialized languages of coding and user vernaculars. As we increasingly interact with AI, prompting is becoming the new mode of communication with technology using natural language. Prompting can be seen as a form of digital vernacular tailored to the needs and behaviors of its users. It involves crafting specific phrases or commands that AI can interpret and respond to effectively. These prompts are informal and practical, mirroring the conversational style of everyday speech in an intuitive and familiar manner to achieve different goals, including coding and programming. Programming retains the functionality of programming while adopting the accessibility of natural language. And the question then is, following hashtags and emojis, how is prompting likely to manifest in real-life interactions? Is it possible that it will lead to more structured communication, breaking down issues and keeping discussions focused and productive? May prompts encourage more active listening and engagement? May we begin to prompt each other and ask, can you tell me more about that? To signal genuine interest, to ask for clarification and encourage others to elaborate? And since AI provides its best answers when we provide context to our requests and questions, may prompting make us less context blind? I think it is possible. Here are a few preliminary thoughts on the role some specific speech acts may play in the process. Questions first. Questions invite dialogue and encourage the exchange of information. They can be open-ended, prompting expansive responses, or closed-ended, seeking specific answers. The essence of a question lies in its ability to stimulate curiosity and critical thinking. In contrast, queries are more formal and specific. While they share similarities with questions, queries are typically used in professional or academic contexts where precise information is required. They aim to extract detailed data rather than engage in broader dialogue. For instance, a researcher might query a database for specific statistics seeking accuracy and clarity. A query activates a focused cognitive response, compelling individuals to access specific knowledge and provide precise answers. Finally, commands are direct and authoritative, intended to prompt specific actions or behaviors. They leave little room for interpretation and are often used in structured environments, such as a workplace or military setting. When someone issues a command, they expect immediate compliance, which activates a straightforward, action-oriented response. We will have to become really good at distinguishing between these if we want AI to deliver the results we hope for. Whether it is inquiry seeking information or clarification, specific formal requests for precise information, or directives instructing an action to be performed, the need to distinguish between these to use as AI prompts may have some positive impact on our communication face-to-face. Obviously, over-reliance on AI for creative and problem-solving tasks may lead to cognitive atrophy and a decline in human creativity. But good prompting may also enhance some thinking skills, social abilities, and eventually assist with one of the goals of general semantics: more effective, accurate, and discriminating communication with others and with ourselves. This may, in turn, mitigate the impulsive communication and polarizing language encouraged by social media algorithms with their hashtags and emojis. For now, we're still living in the age of the hashtag that, more so than prompts, acts as a behavioral command rather than as a tool for questions, queries, and real communication. Hashtags make us intellectually lazy, flatten thought, oversimplify reality, insist that we pick a side, adopt a label, and share it, leaving no room for complexity. For now, we're already prompting AI, but we're still careless and impulsive, all of us, contributing authors, as well as peer reviewers, editors, proofreaders, and publishers. Thank you very much.